Hey, what's up, friends? It's Moses here. I hope and pray that you guys are doing well. So I just want to show you something to do with some of the spaces that you may run into. For those of you that come to work for JB Hunt, we do rail, like the intermodal, we do rail. And some of the way the rail spaces are, they are at an angle. And so that can be a challenge backing into an angle, because one of the incidents I see at our terminal, at least most of the tractors you look at, the accidents, things that seem to have happened in the rail, because you look at the front of the trucks and you see that their bumpers or their lights or like the side of the truck was either ripped out or scratched or like hit. And my thing is, I think it's because of the like the way the rail spaces are, they are at angles, and backing up into an angle is different when you are backing up on straight lines. So in this video I just want to touch about that, because it's something that can throw you off if you're not used to backing up at spaces that are angled, especially when you have them like in the rail, when you have them double sides. Like if you didn't have it, like where they are double, it can be maybe easier because you don't have to worry so much this side as you do this side. But in this case where you have both sides angled, you have to be careful, especially when backing up on this side, because your truck, it's very easy for you to misjudge the space and kind of hit your truck on one of the containers or trailers that are packed on the opposite side. First and foremost, for those of you that want to come join JB Hunt, JB Hunt is hiring experienced and inexperienced drivers, own operators, those that want to do lease. We are hiring. So if you think JB Hunt is a fit, I encourage you to send me your email. Send me an email with your name, phone number, and zip code. So I will have Susan call you and see what's available in your area. But after I show you this, we'll go. I have a short video that I did live, like when I was at the rail, that will kind of help you, kind of show you what I was doing. But actually, what I was doing is, again, when I come in these spots, as you always know, I come in, I look at the space. Now, these spots, I think I've mentioned it in other videos. I don't come in as close. I give some space between the container and the trailer. The reason I give it some space and I don't come in close, because the setup is not gonna be like where we come in and we go this side, like at an angle, and then we go at this side and then we end up like this. Because of these spaces, we don't do that, right? So we don't do it the way we do the normal ones. That's why I give it a little bit of spacing here. Because when I come in, say for example, let's shoot for this space, right? If I'm using that space, I'm gonna come in like this, and somewhere around maybe like the second or third, when I'm getting like to the third container, I'm gonna start to go this side, because what I'm aiming at is for this back of the trailer to be somewhere here. That's why I don't start turning from here, because if I started to turn from here and go like this, I won't be able to get my back of the trailer to be here. So I wait until I'm about, I don't know, maybe around 2 or 3 trailers around here. Before I hit the third trailer, I'm gonna start going this side. And the whole point is to get this back of the trailer to be somewhere here. So that space that I told you that I leave will help me have this trailer away, so this trailer won't be close. If I come in and I'm so close, that means this trailer is gonna be close. It's gonna close this gap here. That's why when I come in, I give it some space here, so that when I'm here, I have this space, so that it's gonna help me back in without, like getting so close to this space. So that's why I leave that space, so I won't be so close here. So I come in, and when I hit about the second, before I hit maybe my third, I'm gonna go this side, and then I'm gonna straighten up like that. Now, as I do that, there are two things I'm watching. For one, again, I'm watching this space to make sure my trailer is somewhere where I'm going to back up. But I'm also paying attention to what kind of space I have here. Because some drivers, the way trailers are packed on this side are not uniform. Some drivers really leave them out like that. Some do a good job of putting them in all the way. So you want to see what kind of trailers you want that are around here. So even as you come in, one of the things you're going to have to learn to do is to always watch your references and to know what kind of stuff is around you. Because if you know that maybe like one of a trailer here is hung out so much, that means you may not want to be so close to this side. Because remember, as you back up, you are going to have to get underneath. And in the process of getting underneath, this truck is going to come here. That's what you have to be careful about. So always when you're backing up, think about you. Remember that you are going to have to get back underneath that trailer like this. And if you are at an angle like this, you've got to account for the space your truck is gonna take when you are getting back underneath. So when I come in, I get around there, I go like that, and I'm looking at this space. When I start to back in, again, just like in the other videos, I'm looking at my tires to see that they're coming right here, right? But as I do that, I'm careful to watch this side. So I just have to keep my head moving, making sure that I don't get trapped by any of these trailers. So as I back in and I'm like getting back underneath, I want to watch these trailers right here to make sure I don't get caught up. Anytime I see that, even though I need to get underneath it, there's a trailer here that I may end up, hitting, I'm gonna pull forward and figure out how to set it back again so that I get back without hitting this trailer. So in backing up in these angled spaces, again, the most important thing is to leave space here, because if you leave space here, when you make that, like that setup, it's gonna give you the space here. Because when you turn your trailer to make this trailer to come this side, you'll have the space for this trailer to do this, because as it comes in, it's kind of going to close this gap. If you come in so close and you end up like that, when it's time for you to move this trailer this side like this, you won't have the space here. That's why I want to leave some gap, so that when I make that, when I start to turn it, it's gonna come in like that. And then again, the most important thing here is to watch as you get back underneath to make sure you don't hit these trailers. And the point here is to make sure that you kind of gauge and see what kind of space you need for your tractor to get back underneath. So don't come in so close here, because one of the problems drivers do is they pull up so far ahead that when they try to get back underneath, they don't have the space up here. So keep that in mind. You need the space for your truck to come and get back underneath as you back into there. We are going to back into that space right there. As you can tell, these are not straight backing, right? So these are kind of slanted. So what I'm doing is I'm coming in, and this time, I don't know if you guys can tell from looking in there, I'm not so close to them. I've given myself a kind of space away from them, right? But I'm not gonna turn like when they are straight, I usually turn around here. But here I'm gonna go ahead, a little bit ahead of me, about, let me say, 1, 2. When I'm getting close to like the third one, I'm gonna turn and start going that side, right? But I go in at a certain angle. I don't go like that. I go in like at a certain angle, and then I look at my tires and see where my tires are in relation to the line I want to back into. And of course, as you know, we are gonna turn all the way because we want our trailer to come this side. So we look outside the window, look at our tires. We are going slow, and as we go slow, we want to also be mindful of this side, right? So we keep our head moving, because remember, this slanted, this, you see how I am, my tires are gonna go right to the line. So now I'm going to start getting back underneath. I counter steer to get back underneath, and look at what's happening. You see how it's going? And then I know right now where my tires are. I just want to turn back a little bit to get my trailer in here, and then I counter steer, and then I go all the way. I'm in. I look in my mirror and I know I'm in. There we go. And then you just look at it straight and you're in.